let's move on and build your fundamental skills. But I urge you that after you finish this lecture, and I hope you have done the same for the previous lecture, that you train. You work a lot, you play with text, and now you are going to play with some shapes, rectangles, circles, lines. That's what we are going to do in this lecture. So please train and get very familiar. Because later on in the course, I will take a subject and really go in lots of details and teach you the itsy tiny bits so you will become an expert in using Premiere Pro and video editing. Now, to create some basic shapes such as circle, rectangle, and line, you will come to your pen tool here. Actually, it's not the pen tool. You will see it will change. If you long click, the first option is pen tool, then you have rectangle and ellipse. Let's try with a rectangle first. If I click, you notice now is the rectangle tool. So get used to it. Sometimes it's pen, rectangle, circle, depending on what you have used. To draw a rectangle, of course, it depends on your choice. You want to put it inside the graphic clip for the name or create a new graphic clip. In this case, it's better to create a new graphic clip. So I will position the playhead just in the beginning here. Go to the program monitor and just start drawing the rectangle. I will click and it will draw a nice and easy rectangle. Of course, the fill and the stroke and so on has been taken from the previous shape I have drawn. So now I have a white background here. And we can come over here and trim it the way you would like. That's no problem. Now we want to edit here the colors and so on. Same applies. You will go to Effect Controls and here you have the shape 01. Now I'm pretty confused. There are too many shape 01. I would like to rename it, and that's pretty easy, guys. You just right click and say rename and say, for example, background, and it's a rectangle. And you click OK. Here you are. Let's change the fill. Instead of plain white, let's make it a bit grayish. I hope it will look good. Fine. Now I have a problem here. This graphic is coming on top of the text. I need to change the order here. Let's take it down because we're not working with audio anymore. Click on the text clip, put it above graphic, and actually we can adjust them, but let's leave them like this. Now the rectangle here is nice, but has a border that's very ugly. So let's remove the stroke. Let's not give it a shadow, or we can give it a slight shadow here. Let's reduce the opacity. Okay, that's okay. Let's make it plain white. It will be nice. Make it plain white. And then we come back to the text over here. We choose the extreme biking text. We can change its color to black. Here you are, one of these blocks. And then we go back to the other text. It's over here. You select it, you scroll down, and you change the color to black. You see how easy it is to work with graphics. Now the shadow in extreme is disastrous. Let's change it. We select it, scroll down, come to the shadow over here. We reduce the opacity first of all. We make it nearer. Here you are. And I think this is enough and okay. Fine. Now I want to edit the rectangle. It's not well positioned. For this, use your selection tool or press V to get it. Click on the rectangle. Notice you have this circle here. This is the anchor point. It's the center of rotation and scale. Maybe we put it in the middle. It's much nicer. Let's click on it, drag it to put it in the middle. If you want it to snap, you press the Control key on Windows or the Command key on the Mac, and it's snapping just in the middle. Also, you notice I have the bounding box here, and it has these small squares here where I can click and make it smaller or even bigger from here. And also I like always to stretch it to the outside so I don't get nasty borders on these sides. Here you are. That's very beautiful. So now we actually added a graphic and it looks good. Let's add a line under extreme biking. I will delete it later, but it's okay. We just try. To add a line, you come to pen and you select your pen tool. You click over here and then you press shift if you can, and then you hope it's a straight line. Actually, it looks straight. That's very nice. So we added another graphic, as you can see here, which is the line. If you can not see it, that's it. Let us delete this one just to show you how to use the pen tool. Would you like to add a circle over here? That's pretty easy. You come over to your pen tool, select the ellipse, click and drag, you press shift and control. Here you are, you have a circle. You can use your selection tool now, press V, and just move it wherever you want. Actually, you can animate this one. So this is how you can add a rectangle, a square, and later on we'll see how to animate them using transitions. It's gonna be very interesting. Cool. Let's delete the circle here, is ugly. Now, I know I showed you a lot, but it's very important that you go and play with it. Make this rectangle different. Make one for Video Jean-Loup, another one for extreme biking, stories like this. So later on, you can animate them very easily with transitions. Thank you for listening. I hope this was very useful for you. Please come and play, and I will see you in the next lecture.